Hey guys, I'm Lilian, aka StitchWithMe on Instagram and here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find something of interest. Today is the 24th of September 2022 and I am back with a new video. Today we are doing a Stitch With Me. As you can see, we are working on Tiger. This is a chart that I got off Etsy. Stitching him on 28 count Jobelin 2/2 full cross with the cut for DMCs. And yeah, that's what we are working on today. So it's been a while since I've recorded a Stitch With Me. And if you've seen a Stitch With Me of mine, you know that I don't really plan what I'm going to talk about. And even this time I have forgotten to set up my camera right. So let's adjust it a little more. There. Yeah. So I have been really busy. I would have recorded a normal video, like an update video today, but it has only been a week since my last update, and I have been too busy to stitch last week. I have only stitched maybe 100 stitches, which is really sad to think about. But I've just been too busy, too occupied, even in the evenings. What my weeks have been looking like. If you know, well, I think most of you know that I am doing my internship by now. And my schedule is basically Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 kind of thing. So 40 hours a week I am now working. And Monday, Wednesday and Friday I work from home. And Tuesday and Thursday I am working in the office, like an hour away by train. So when I work home, I work from 8:30 to 5. So there's half an hour break in between, and then that's 8 hours of work. And when I work in the office, I start at 9 and I get off by 5:30. So if I'm at the office, I wake up at 7, start by 9, and I am back home by 7 p.m. And I, by then, still need to eat, so it's like 8 when I actually get around to doing stuff that I need to do. So like taking care of my plants, I needed to order some clothes, all that kind of stuff. But that kind of fills my evenings, and then in the weekends I am at my boyfriend's house or he is at mine and we are occupied with each other. So I barely get to stitch anymore. So that's kind of a shame. But yeah. What do you do about it? So now I finally have the time to stitch a little. So I thought I would record a Stitch With Me while I'm at it, since I have a little bit of daylight now. Even though it's really dark outside, because I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining. And it's gonna be raining for the entire day. Which is a shame, because I wanted to go running today. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh well. Last time I recorded a Stitch With Me, my last Stitch With Me, well, my last one or the one before that, but I think my last one, I talked about my fish and my ants, and I have gotten a really positive response from that. A lot more enthusiastic than I was expecting. I did not expect a lot of you guys to actually find those topics interesting, but apparently you do. So, and a few of you also asked if I could keep that topic like a thing in my Stitch With Me's, so I will keep it coming. Thank you for the feedback. and the supportiveness. And let me first get a new piece of thread. Let's see if it's on the cards. No. So I've got, if you're new here, I've got this huge box. It's double-sided with a master set of DMC. It's not complete yet, but like every time I add a new color, because I'm starting a new project that I didn't have yet, I put it in that box and I stitch all of my projects from that box. And whenever I run out of a color, or am about to run out of a color, I fill it up even, and I don't check if I need the color like for a project anymore, but I just want, once I have a color, I want to always have it on hand for whenever I need it. That's kind of the idea, so that in the end I have a master set that's complete. But what was I talking about? Yes, so ants and fish. So I will keep telling you about those. I think next time I will tell you about my ants, because I am going to move them into their new home, so I can show you that. But I have not done it yet, so not today. But I have recorded a bit from my aquarium, because I've recently set that up. There are no fish yet, but I will explain why in the bit of footage that I will insert here. So enjoy that. Hi, so I got this aquarium, and this lighting and the camera really doesn't do it justice, but it's really beautiful in my opinion. So first I was planning on recording myself setting this up, but I kind of forgot because I was really busy. So I just started, and then afterwards I was like, wait a second, I forgot something. So here we are. And I'm just going to tell you what I did, so that, yeah, I couldn't show you while I was doing it, so I'm just going to tell you now. So what I have done is, okay, so I have this aquarium, the plain aquarium. It has the 3D background, as you can see, so that is built in. Then I put in the black substrate. It is completely black, but as you can see, there is some pinkish flakes on there. Those are fish food. And it's not part of the substrate, but it will break down over time. Then this obviously is a little bit of white substrate that I got from my friend. I could have a handful of that from her aquarium. I really like the look of that. It's like a little stream or a little path coming down. And also like how it like disappears behind the plants. Then I filled it up really carefully, about halfway full, and I put in the plants. So what I have here is I have two kinds of plants that are for the back, because they get really tall, which is this red one. That is this one. Can you focus? I don't think it will. Let me try. Yeah, that one. So that is that red one. And the green one, this will also get really tall. I don't have a name from that one, because there simply was not a name on the packaging, but I will look it up. So those two are supposed to get really tall, so they are in the back. Then there is this kind of plant also there. That is this one, I think, yes, and that's supposed to get like really orange, like the stems are supposed to get really orange. So I chose that for a pop of color next to the red plants, and they get like medium tall, so I guess they don't get a lot taller than they are now. And then I got these bushy ones. Do I have, yes, that's this one. that. There you go. So that's really bushy, and that's supposed to stay even lower. So I guess the way it is now, that's how high it gets, like a bush. Then I have this moss that I got like 2 weeks ago, so it has been in the packaging for a little bit too long. So that's kind of a shame. And that was this one. If it can try to focus, yes. So yeah, that one. But I thought it was supposed to float, and it sank down to the bottom, so I don't really know what's happening there. But I kind of wanted it like floating on top there. But that didn't happen. And then another one, of which I don't have the name anymore, but I will look it up, is this crawler. This is supposed to like stay really low and cover the ground. So that is what we have done for now. And I will just start off with this, see where it ends, and I can just try to spread out all the plants through the aquarium. So I can just like, if this gets taller, snip off the top, push it in the soil, and then this will branch out, and the one that I propagated will continue growing from the bottom up. That's kind of how I plan on continuously filling up this space. But as you can see, there is no fish in here yet. That is because I wanted to cycle it before I did that. And that's also why there is this much food on the bottom. I have not done this before, so I might have used too much food, which I'm kind of scared of, but we will see. So for now, I have these, this is all not sponsored by the way. I have these test strips, which I use to test the water every day for the next like 2 weeks or so. Then I have also put in bacteria, live bacteria, and a conditioner to get out any other harmful toxins, I guess. Then what this is supposed to do, when you put in food, or like if there's fish in there and they poop, that's waste as well, that breaks down into ammonia. Now, then if you have the right bacteria and the right amount of bacteria in your tank, it will break down the ammonia, which is toxic for the fish, into nitrites. And then that's also toxic. And then there's another strain of bacteria that breaks nitrites down into nitrates, and that's way less toxic for the fish. So that's what I call like cycling a tank, making sure the bacteria strains are settled in your tank before adding the fish, so that it's safe for them to be in there and like not harmful or stressful. So that's what I've been trying to do. Then also like the lights are built in, and I have a heating unit set at 22 degrees Celsius and a little air pump or filter on the lowest stand. And you can't even hear it, I think, on video. I can barely hear it. It's really silent, and that's really nice, because the last thing that I was kind of worried about was if I would be hearing it at night, because I sleep in the same room and I normally need like really quiet to be able to sleep. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm testing it every day to see if it spikes, if like any values, any like nitrates, nitrites values spike. And whenever it settles down, which is expected like within somewhere around 14 days, I can add my fish. So that's going to be a really exciting point where I hopefully will be able to share with you. So yeah, that's my aquarium. Let's get back into the video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that bit of footage. Let me know what you think of the setup. Also, if you have experience with aquariums and you have tips or tricks, let me know. By the way, I forgot to mention it. What I'm going to put in there, at first at least, are guppies. So, the colorful, easy beginner fish. The tiny ones. And then, eventually, I want to put in some shrimp, snails, other stuff, all the things. But whenever I put in snails or shrimp, I want to put in like the expensive ones, like ish. The colorful ones, not the ones that you can get at any pet store, but the more expensive ones, so that if they breed, I can sell them, and that way I can fund my own aquarium costs. That's always what I would like to do with all of my hobbies, because it's also what I do with my plants. I propagate some plants and I sell those propagations, or sometimes the mother plant, because I like the smaller versions, and I am running out of space. And that way I can propagate, because that's my favorite part about plants, and fund my own addiction. So that's what I plan on trying to do, at least with my aquarium too. It was a lot more expensive to set up than I expected. I expected it to be like perhaps like 70 to 80 euros. And I could have done it cheaper, but it turned out to be like 90, over 100. Yes, a little over 100, and I still don't have the fish. But the fish are not that expensive though. They are pretty cheap, like $1.50 to $2 or euros per fish. So if I want to put 4 in, that's like $6 to $8. Not that expensive, but still. So I'm not going to get like my investment out of it. That's not my point. I only want to get, I want the satisfaction of the beautifulness in my room. And I also like animals, I like plants, so it's all the right stuff in one container, if you know what I mean. So I really like it. And I was able to share the experience with my friend, because we got the same idea at the same time to get fish. So we went on that journey together, which is fun. And we plan on, like, she got a few different plants from me, and I am getting other stuff than she is, and we can just trade stuff out. Like, if we want to keep some, get some more genetics into our aquariums, we can just switch out males, for example, and I can give her propagations of my plants and vice versa. And that's how we like to do things together. She is also into plants a little, maybe not as crazy as I am, but like, she also likes it. So actually last week or the week before, when we went to get the plants for the aquarium, we also got some new like house plants on accident. Yeah, it's a trap walking into a plant store, like, or a garden store. The garden store near my place, they have like these tiny little plants, like a huge table filled with all kinds of tiny plants, and it's 3 plants for $5. So that's like, I can always afford $5 for a few plants, right? So every time I go there, I come home and I have 3 more plants. And this time I was not able to choose, and my friend was like, well, I might want 2 plants too, so then we can we can buy 6 together, and 4 will be mine and 2 will be yours. Well, 2 for the friends and 4 for me, if you will. Yeah, so I came home with 4 plants for my, like, non-aquatic plants, and then I also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aquatic plants. Yeah. That's just an addiction, so you can tell probably why I wanted to have it fund itself a little. Also because I am still a student. I don't have time or energy to work right now. So yeah, all the money that I have is a loan, basically, student loan. So everything is expensive, basically. Okay. Oh yeah, right. I almost forgot. I also have this other clip that I recorded a week ago or something, and I wanted to put it in somewhere in the Stitch With Me, somewhere near the end, which is now, because yeah, I don't know, I'm not ashamed, but I'm putting myself in a pretty vulnerable position showing you this clip. Like, it's a positive clip, don't get me wrong, but still, it's a hard topic. So will I insert it here? Do I need to say anything else? I don't think so. I'll just insert it here. Hey guys. So I don't know where I will put this in which video, or a Stitch With Me, or where, but I just wanted to come on here and say something. I don't even know if I'm going to use this clip. But basically, hear me out. I feel like I'm winning at life right now.
Workout gepauzeerd.
And I don't know if you could hear that, but that was my running
Workout
app
hervat.
pausing and now returning to the run because I'm walking and he doesn't know whether I'm stopping or continuing the run. But now we are just talking. So I feel like I'm running at life. If you've been here for a while, I have gone through some hard stuff. I have gone through depression. I have gone through a burnout, a really hard breakup, and grieving and what have you. And the last few months I've been doing very well, and I knew that in September now I would be going back to full-time internship. And that was kind of scary because I felt like I maybe would not be ready for full-time work again, and I might go back into a burnout or something, and that might scare away my boyfriend. All the stuff my head makes me really anxious for that kind of stuff. But this week was my first day of my first week of my internship, and it was stressful, mostly because of my head, not because of them, but my head made it stressful. And now it's the end of Friday. I just had my last full day of work for this week, and I feel welcome. I feel accepted. I feel part of the team. And today after work I went out for a run where I am now in the forest, and the sun started shining, even though it has been raining for the entire day and the days before, which also was welcome because we have been dealing with drought for months, for the entire summer basically, but still. And I just couldn't help but smile because I am working a full-time job, even though it's an internship, still full-time. I'm doing the same thing as a full-time job and enjoying it. I am I am exercising and enjoying it. I am healthy. I have a loving boyfriend in a stable relationship. I have loving parents, loving best friend, and that has not always been there. Well, parents have always been there, of course. Some stuff has always been there for me. I'm lucky in that way. But I just want to say that even though you might not be feeling okay for some reason, or more than not okay, know that it's temporary. It will get back to better. You will feel better. And even if you have never felt better, it has just always been like this for you, hold on. Because the older you get, the more time you spend on this shitty piece of earth, which let's just acknowledge it is. The more time you spend here, the more people you will find to join you in life, that accept you for who you are, and that deserve to be on your team, on your side, in your little bubble. And it will get better. It's temporary. And even if you do get better and then go back down a hill again, you will get up again. And just hold on, it's worth it, I promise. You will get there. So yeah, I've been walking for way too long, because I should have been walking for only 250 meters. But it's okay, I just needed to say, oh, look at that, the sun again. Where? There's the sun.
Workout gepauzeerd.
But yeah, so I feel so grateful also for you guys for
Workout
being here
hervat.
for me. You have gotten me through some bad stuff before. With all of your sweet comments and support and always being there. So this has been a little bit more talking than I wanted it to be, but I will continue my run right now. And yeah, let's get back to the video. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I think that will make this Stitch With Me pretty long already, because I have almost 15 minutes of footage here right now. Then there's 8 minutes for the aquarium, and then this last clip is also kind of long. So I think I'm going to keep it at this. So next time I will hopefully show you the fish. And also make sure to be back for my next video, because I have hit 1K, which is crazy to me, but I'm not going to like do anything with it in a Stitch With Me. I want it in a main video, an update video, to give it some attention and probably do a giveaway. So hint hint, get there. Make sure you are there. And yeah, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Happy stitching. Bye guys.